Hi, welcome crafters and collectors and all of the above. Thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate you coming. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. That will help my analytics. I am here to share with you a junk journal that I've made, and it is for sale. It's going to be $40 plus shipping. So let me go ahead and show you what I've got here. This is made from a file folder, and I have attached trim here, and the way I keep it closed is I wrap it around. Let's see, I go this way and then just tuck it. I love how that looks. Okay, so this one's very unique. It's a little different. I'm always experimenting and trying to find different things to do. This one has a actual frame on it. I'll show you. And I put a little bird in there, and I painted it and then scuffed it up a little bit to show the gold. So I wanted to tone it down some because this is like a summer botanical type book. So what I've done is I've created a flip on the front, and there's a pocket here for you to put some stuff in it. Here's a envelope attached with this cute little tag with the bird. It's a 3D bird. It's from my stash, some of my scrapbooking days. And then that flips open, and then this pretty printable here, and then some of my sorry, it's not sorry, it's just this beautiful trim that I get from Etsy. And then this is another, let's see, I'm trying to remember, is that an envelope? Oh, it's a tuck right here. So that flips open, and then I stamped this and just thought it was so cute, and I put the word meeting in the center. Like they're all having a meeting. They're little bugs. And I've added some gold thread around here, some trim, and a little safety pin. And then you turn it over, and you have a place here to do some journaling. Okay, so there's that little tag. And then this is a pocket here. In fact, I think this goes in there, but I took it out. And then this is from the Edith Holden book right here. It's image I fussy cut, and then did all the corners on there. Little frogs, dragonflies. We got mushrooms. This is an envelope that I have embellished with some trim, and it's a pocket at the top. You can put stuff in there. This is a little clip that I put on top with some trim, and then this is from a botanical book, and it is a pocket here. Actually, it's an envelope that I've embellished and added some trim. There's Edith Holden. I'm trying to get it all on the screen. And then this is from a plate book, and then I cut the bottom part out and glued it up here on top. And that is just a large envelope that I made. This is part of the Edith Holden that I glued. This has a I embossed on a piece of paper. The paper was dyed, and then I embossed on it with embossing ink, and then heat set it so it's got nice texture to it. This is from a flower book where you can go in and look up different flowers. And that's there, and this is just a little printable, and then it flips closed like this, and then this one goes here, and then this one, and then that. Oh, see, there's so many flips. That one goes first, then that one, then that one. I mean, you can do whatever you want, however you want to flip it when it becomes your book, but that's how it goes. Then you open it up, and you can see here where it's a file folder, and there's my letter from the bookmaker, and it's I've created it where it's an actual pocket up here where you can put all your extra stuff, and there's a pocket right here for you to put all your extra stuff. It has been sewn down the center, This is an envelope that I attached, and it's a flip. And on the back side, I have glued on some fabric. This is from that flower book. It's from the first page, I think. But this also shows you the other part of this I use to make little stamps for my other book. Okay, and then there's a die cut that I have that creates a pocket, and I've glued that on there, and you can see it's an envelope. This is wallpaper that I've put in here for you. And then these are just all little embellishments that I've created a collage. These are cute little envelopes that I got from a printable. And I just tuck them in here. And then this is from the Edith Holden book here. Trying to stay in screen. And then here's some trim. This page here is dyed, and then I used a stencil with ink, and I've sewn across the top. Here's another printable that I have created a pocket flip, and this is wallpaper, and this is from a garden book. And it just slides back in the pocket. And here's some lace paper that I printed, and some more printables that I created a collage. This is some trim, and I've sewn it on. Another printable. I created a flip with some lace and another printable, and then you flip it up. This is from a flower book. I've created a little collage in the corner here using the Tim Holtz die and some burlap and some of his embellishments and some trim. And I've made it into a pocket, a tuck, corner tuck. This is a botanical postcard, and it just tucks in there. This is from a garden book, and I've clipped on a little butterfly paper clip. This is another piece from the garden book, and then I just clip that on here. This is a pocket that I have made in the corner here, and added a card, a printable, and another printable. And that one has been printed on both sides, or copied on it, I can't remember. And then when you see little things like this in the corner, that is done with a stencil. Then here's another tag that I made using the Tim Holtz stencil, and I think I just went over it with a brush, and what was left on the stencil showed up. I like to play around with that. And there's a butterfly in this corner, and that's clipped on with a little heart paper clip. Printable coffee dye paper. I think this one is one that I got from Brenda at Scrappy House. This is a little tag that I made, and it's got a belly band on it. And on the belly band, I used fabric, lace, Tim Holtz embossing die, and embossing folder, and butterfly. And then I've added, this is, I think, a printable, and then these are just tucked in there, little scrap pieces. And then this is fabric glued onto a map page. So there's a lot of elements and embellishments throughout this book for you to play with. So stick that there for now. Another printable I've sewed on the edges with. Great places for journaling. Coffee dyed. This is an actual card, greeting card that I put in there. Another Tim Holtz stencil. Some lace on the edge. There's the center, and this has been sewn in. And there's the other part of the card. You're welcome to, put something over that. And you can do a little collage on top of that, or leave it as is. It's your preference once it becomes your book. Here's another Tim Holtz. No, I don't remember if that's Tim Holtz or another one, but I use let me show you. I use one of these and the ink, and I lay it down and I just work it in there. Now this one has lace that's been sewn on, and you can tuck stuff in there. Here's another pocket that I've created at the bottom here, and it's been sewn on the side. Another one of those pages from a flower book. And then here's a pocket that I've created, a tag pocket, I guess you would call it. It's got this pretty lace that has this mesh right here. And then here's some fabric that I've sewn onto it. I think this is a printable sewed onto another printable. And then this was from my stash. Another one nope, I printed this one and glued it to chipboard, and that is a printable. And I just all go back in here, and I had that tucked in there. So there's this one. These are printed and then fussy cut and glued down, and then this is a stencil. These are fussy cut and glued. That's a stencil. Here's another corner pocket that I've created. A nice little collage. That's an Edith Holden that I created a little tuck here, and this bee was stamped and fussy cut. And then I got this little printable from my stash. That just tucks in there. And this is from a flower book. Looks like it shows you how to do something with roses. This is from a stencil sewn with fabric. Here's another pocket that I have created. Looks like I made the pocket first and sewed it. This is from a hanky or a doily, I can't remember. And I made a little corner piece here. And it has a pocket here and a pocket here. I made this little butterfly tag, and it tucks in here. And then this is from Tim Holtz die. It goes in there. This is from a shirt. I thought it was really pretty. I left the buttons on it, and I've created a little tuck here for you to put the smalls, some lace here. This is the other half of the one in the front, and here's some pieces that I've put in there. This is a large one. And then this one. This has lots of flowers, lots of butterflies, mushrooms, and bugs. And that's just a nice little pocket, nice little journal spot there. Edith Holden, some trim, another Edith Holden trim. And then this is an old vintage math card. And then this is great that I've created for you to journal in or journal inside. Getting close to the back of the book. This is from Edith Holden. I created a nice little tuck pocket here for you. It has been sewn. And then there's the back of the book, and then there's my letter to the person that purchased it. That's the very back of the book with dandelions. So there you go. This is book 2. And you can wrap it either way. I like it this way. And it just tucks in there like that. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, subscribe and be sure to hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that. And have a great day. Thank you.